Hello everybody and welcome to the video. My channel name is College Football Frenzy, and today I'm going to be breaking down the Boise State Broncos 2020 football schedule. Boise State had an absolute roller coaster ride of a season last year, to say at the least. They went 12-2 overall. There are many bumps along the way. 11-1 during the regular season with a loss to rival BYU. They won their conference championship against Hawaii, and they lost their bowl game against Washington, led by former head coach Chris Petersen. Obviously, Chris Petersen did a lot for the Boise State Broncos, so having to face him in their bowl game, it was a very weird match, a very weird feeling. But it was a wild ride for the Broncos last year. They had three different quarterbacks starting, including a true freshman in Hank Bachmeier, who got most of the starts. So, definitely a crazy year for the Broncos. They haven't had an undefeated season in a while. They haven't been to a Fiesta Bowl in a while. They're going to be looking to try to get back to the Fiesta Bowl this upcoming season. But you look at their schedule, it's definitely a tough one, in my opinion, for the Broncos. It's not going to be very easy. For a Power 5 team, this would be easy. But for the Broncos, it's going to be a pretty tough schedule. They have some tough away games, even some tough home games. But I decided, let's break this down. Number 1, Georgia Southern. That'll be an easy win for the Broncos. No challenge there. 2, at Air Force. Air Force actually was pretty good last year. They were a top 25 program. They finished overall, I think, 11-2. So they were very good. Gave Boise State a tough time last year. This upcoming season, I think they'll play even better against Boise State. I'm taking the Broncos to win a close one, but it is at Air Force, so it could definitely cause trouble for the Broncos. 3, Florida State, biggest game of the season. Florida State's actually in the ESPN top 25 in the FBI for the preseason. So Florida State apparently is supposed to have very high expectations. They have head coach Mike Norvell there now, replacing Willie Taggart. Obviously, Mike Norvell led Memphis last year to a pretty good season, winning the American Athletic Championship, making the Cotton Bowl. So it was a great season for Memphis, and I'm sure he'll improve Florida State. That being said, it's a home game for the Broncos. Florida State might not have the talent available to beat the Broncos. It should be an interesting game. Boise State beat Florida State last year. It's going to be early on the season. I'm sure Mike Norvell will improve as time goes on. But early on, I think it might be a tough task for Norvell. I think it's going to be close, but I'm taking the Broncos to win here. 4, at Marshall. Marshall could make the Conference USA Championship next year. I wouldn't be surprised. So I think they could give a challenge, but overall, Boise State's definitely the better program. I'll take the Broncos here. 5, San Jose State, one of the worst programs in the Mountain West. This should not be a problem. 6, bye week. Good time to have your bye week towards the middle of the season. 7, Utah State. Utah State, they had one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football last year in Jordan Love, but they really didn't have any weapons, and now with Love gone, it's going to hurt them a lot, I think. I really don't think they're going to be very good this upcoming season. So I'll take Boise State to win here comfortably. 8, at Hawaii. This was the team Boise State played twice last year, including in the conference championship game. So, this could be another tough task for Boise State. Obviously, travel-wise, definitely not a great place to travel. They're in Idaho, and they have to travel all the way to Hawaii. So it's a long flight, definitely, for the Broncos. That might hurt them, might get some jet lag or stuff like that. But I'll take the Broncos here. I think that's close, but the Broncos are the better team. 9, UNLV, no problem there. 10, BYU. BYU's an average team, but they're their rival. Last year, BYU handed Boise State its only regular season loss, and the year before that they nearly beat Boise State. It came down to like a last second play, so they can definitely beat Boise State. Big rivals here. BYU's independent. I think it's close. I'm going to take the Broncos though. At New Mexico, shouldn't be a problem there. At Wyoming took Boise State, I believe, to overtime last year, so it could be a close game, but I would definitely favor the Broncos here. And Colorado State, that's an easy win, no problem there. So overall, I have them at 11-1. I favor them in every single game. They're playing in. But chances are they might get upset in one of them. It might be Air Force, it might be Florida State. It could be Hawaii because of the travel. It could be at Wyoming or maybe BYU. Those would be the 5 games that I think they could lose one of those out of. So I have them at 11-1. I think they'll be favored in every game. I think they just might drop one like they did last year in an upset. But they definitely should be favored to win every game. They're still a pretty good football team. Overall, I think the program's in a good position right now. You know, they're not the Chris Peterson days, but still, they're a good program overall. Definitely the most well-known Group of 5 program. But that is it for now, guys. Thank you for joining in. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and have yourself a happy Easter.